There's no way they don't have a field wipe. They don't have a field wipe. We just got our first win ever with poison counters against a Yorion deck, bringing us up to 50%. Welcome back, everybody, and thanks again for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today, we're having a lot of fun, and it actually works out in my benefit. We're climbing rank somehow with Golgari Death Touch. I finally embark within Fynn the Fangbearer. We try to get poison counters, and we try to win the game with this alternative win con. And of course, once 10 poison counters have been accumulated onto your opponent, they automatically lose, you automatically win. Easy peasy, GGZ. All right, you guys, so we'll break down the deck list in its entirety, talk about each individual card, the strengths, the weaknesses, why it was chosen to be included, moving into the strategies and synergies, talking about how all of these individual cards can mesh coherently together to form a competitive, coherent archetype. We'll get into the gameplay footage, breaking down our playlines and interactions, so we get a real-world experience, or an idea at least, of how the deck is going to operate and function against the rest of the meta or its environment. We also here can see if this deck kind of fills our heart's desire, and we can choose whether or not it's a good fit for our wild cards. And then closing up with our final thoughts, wrapping up just general shenanigans, stuff like this. All right, so thank you again for your time and attention. I really appreciate it. Before we jump into the deck tech, I do have to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, your family, your MTG playgroups, your local game stores, etc, etc, etc. Let them know that you know Hello Good Game. Today we are taking a look at a few cool things. We have the Grey Viking games available to you guys. We also have MTGA Assistant available to you guys, and of course the Amazon link as well. The links for everything will be in the description. You can just Hello Good Game link tree. If you can't find it in the description, just Google that, and you'll find everything that you need. So with that all out of the way, let's finally break down this beast of a deck. Alrighty then. Death Touch is a 2.8 average converted mana cost, 29 creatures, 10 non-creatures, 21 lands with some MDFCs to fill it out. The Kazandu Mammoth there, bringing us up to 24, and we do have some ramp as well available within the Great Henge, the Binding of the Gods. So the main premise of the deck is the Fangbearer. It is the Death Touch and the accumulation of poison counters on our opponent to win. We're utilizing a adventure base to get there. The Innkeeper is great. The Foulmire Knight not only has Death Touch, but it's adventure, so that's, you know, double threat. Order of Midnight, adventure, plus it can grab Fangbearers from the graveyard, which is really, really cool. Of course, we have Murderous Rider as removal, the Lovestruck Beast as a ramp slash just huge body, awesome blocker against mono red, reducing the cost of the Henge as well. So there's lots of adventure there. There's lots of Death Touch there. Even the cards that don't have Death Touch can grab Death Touch through Binding of the Old Gods. Obviously, we get to remove something, then we get to ramp, and then we get to give all of our creatures Death Touch, which is very, very powerful when we combine it with the Hooded Blightfang and the Fangbearer, of course. Fight effects available within Blizzard Brawl for a little bit more removal, which combos with the Death Touch quite nicely. With that out of the way, that's kind of a general idea what's going on. Let's begin the deep dive. Let's talk about all of the individual cards in case you do, maybe need a bit more of a breakdown. The Foulmire Knight is a 1/1 with Death Touch. Profane Insight at instant speed as the adventure for 3, allowing us to draw a card and lose 1 life. This is great if we have the extra mana. If not, it's just an amazing Death Touch creature that can, of course, assist us with our Edgewall Innkeeper, which we also have 4 copies of in the deck, a 1/1, and whenever you cast a creature spell that has adventure, draw a card. It doesn't have to be cast as the adventure first, obviously, so you can just immediately go into the creature side of it. For example, there, we would not have to use Profane Insight before casting the Foulmire Knight to get the draw off the Innkeeper, just in case you are, day 1 material, right? You're a freshman, whatever you want to call it. We also have 3 copies of the Blizzard Brawl a snow sorcery for 1 mana. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you have 3 or more snow permanents, the creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until the end of turn. Then those creatures fight each other. The death touch will count within that damage, so you can basically kill anything that you want. And as long as we have, the 3 snow lands in play, then we're going to have indestructible and the +1/+0 as well, which is really quite nice. Into our 2-drops now, 3 copies of Fynn the Fangbearer, a 1/3 with Death Touch, and whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. A player with 10 or more poison counters loses the game, like we previously discussed. 4 copies of Order of Midnight, a 2/2 with flying. Order of Midnight cannot block. It has Alter Fate for 2 at sorcery speed as the adventure. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, which makes the replayability of the Innkeeper quite nice. Also the Fangbearer as well. To be brought back from the grave. We could even maybe bring back something like the Hooded Blightfang. I guess it's really going to depend on what that situation calls for. But again, it's getting the replayability from the grave, and then it itself can trigger the draw through the Innkeeper. It has flying with evasion, so when the Saga gives everything Death Touch, it's going to get basically confirmed damage in for the poison counter, which is great. Moving on, though, to our 3-drops, the Hooded Blightfang. We have 3 copies of this in the deck. A 1/4 with Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a Planeswalker, destroy that Planeswalker. This is really nice. We can pick off Planeswalkers quite easily. The sad thing is there's not a lot of them in the meta, right? Maybe we get a Vivian, maybe we get a Garrick. You're not going to hit an Ugin because he will have minus on you. So, it's limited resource there. But because we have so many Death Touch, this is not only going to deal more damage to our opponent, which is great if we don't get all of the poison counters, which we should before we deal the damage, but you never know how things work out. But what's more important than the damage you're dealing is the life you're gaining, right? That's going to help you stay alive if it's another aggro deck, and then that'll give you, an extra turn to get some more poison counters out. We have 4 copies of the Murderous Rider, a 2/3 with lifelink, and whenever it dies, it goes to the bottom of our library. It has Swift End for 3 at instant speed as the adventure. Destroy target creature or Planeswalker, you lose 2 life. A little bit of removal, which is great. The lifelink is awesome if we need to survive. Of course, it will trigger the draw on top of the Innkeeper. 4 copies of the Lovestruck Beast, a 5/5. It can only attack if we control a 1/1. Heart's Desire for 1. Create a 1/1 white human creature token, which is great at sorcery speed. So, we have the Innkeeper as a 1/1, we have the Foulmire Knight as a 1/1, and then Heart's Desire can also be a 1/1 to allow the Lovestruck Beast attack capabilities, which is great. But the main function of Lovestruck Beast in the deck is to be the defender, right? It's to be that huge body that they can't get through. It's to reduce the cost of your henge by 5 mana, allowing you to play it on turn 4, which is really cool. We can also reduce the cost of the henge and play it on turn 4 through the Kazandu Mammoth on turn 3. It's a 3/3 with landfall, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, the Mammoth gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. Obviously, that makes it a 5/5, the same as the Beast, reducing the henge by 5, allowing us to cast it for 4. 4 copies of Binding of the Old Gods, a saga. When it enters play, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. We get to remove anything. Lots of the times in this deck, if there's not a non-land that we absolutely have to address, we'll just open up, the attacking lane so we can get more of those poison counters in. We get to search our library for a forest card, putting it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. The shuffle will take the Murderous Riders from the bottom, put them randomly in our deck. I guess that's a benefit. And of course, creatures you control gain Death Touch until the end of turn on the final trigger of this, which is the best part of it, and basically why we run it in this deck. Typically, that's a dud within Binding of the Old Gods. No one's using that, but I decided to focus around it. Again, giving our Edgewall Innkeeper, giving our Lovestruck Beast, giving the Mammoth, giving the Order of Midnight all Death Touch, so they can partake in the festivities as well. We have 3 copies of the Great Henge for 9. Of course, this can be reduced by 5. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Tap it to add 2 mana, you gain 2 life. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. the deck's filled with creatures, that's great. No problem there. With that all being said, it is a best of one deck. There's no sideboard today. We did the general overview of the deck, broke down each individual card, talked about how they all work together. Now we'll break down our playlines and interactions throughout today's gameplay footage. Of course, I urge you to like, comment, subscribe to help support the channel. Share it to your friends, your family, your MTG playgroups, your local game stores, etc., etc. Support financially if you are Scrooge McDuck on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube. By buying your day-to-day goods through our Amazon link, we get 3% here, and your MTG Arena codes through our Grey Viking Games link, we get 15% here. Of course, the links are in the description below, or you can easily Google Hello Good Game Linktree. We also have, for free, a Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant download for you. Again, in the same Linktree link, whether it be metagame analysis, your own deck statistics, collection information. My favorite, the Deck Advisor. It will let you know which decks you can play based on your current collection, and you'll see I'm missing cards for these decks. How? Oh, ouch. But for the majority, we have them, and if you're new to the game, you might only have a couple, but this is a good way to keep you informed of some of the decks that you can play. Of course, I have a free-to-play playlist as well with some really cool zero rare, zero mythic decks for you guys to check out if you want. Thanks again for your time and attention. I really appreciate it for spending this intro time here with me. Take care, enjoy the gameplay footage, and make sure to stick around for our final thoughts because we have some big news. We go first. Wow. The Orphan Guard. Interesting. Let's not worry about the first draw. We'll get it on the second. That way it's confirmed without the removal. Because I would hate to have a Spike Field Hazard or something hit us. But now we're getting a confirmed draw, which is nice. And we got our third land. Look at us go! Woohoo! This is a deck I can believe in. All you need to be is on the play. I doubt they want to block, so they just take it. Of course, we have removal. Next turn, do they mutate? No. Just another Orphan Guard. Vigilance now on the Lion. No blocks, let's take it. Let's take the Lion out. Let's just hit with these guys. We'll keep the Blightfang back. I mean, I don't want to lose it. Could be that extra 2 damage we need. Right? This will be the first time I've played with this kind of deck as well. I think we just kill the retreat. Or do we kill the Orphan Guard? This could be a misplay. I want to hit, though, with the full crew. Okay. Not bad. Down to 4. We have lethal next turn when the bindings pop. If they play a creature, we also have removal. Okay, Vivian in play. That's it, though. Now, this is how the deck works every single game, you guys. Right? You've seen it here. Binding, I think, really helps the deck. We want Indestructible on the Innkeeper because it's our draw engine. Okay, okay. That's not too bad. Let's get another win and bring it up to a 50%. Going first with 1 land. We finally see the Fangbearer. We have to mulligan, though, because there's no land. This is better. It's still here. Plus, we have the Blightfang. I'm going to toss the Rider. Play the Mammoth out of the gate. In case we don't draw our 3rd land. Because I want to hit this on 3. Even if we put the Fang in on 4. Ooh, never mind. Fang goes in on 2. Because we have 2 copies, so if it gets removed, that's totally fine. Yorion has lots of removal, right? First poison counter on. Vorinclex could go in this deck too, probably, as a top end. Right? And then if, you know, worse comes to worse. Do they have removal? They probably do it on the Fangbearer over the Blightfang. Yeah, they do, which is good for us, right? We talked about this a bit. I mean, we're still in a bad spot, but pushing them up to 4. We're down to 16, which is probably irrelevant. I think they're just going to ultimatum us, and that's sad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 land available. Gulp. That's not good. Cultivate, so they hit it next turn. They still have 3 land up. So gross. Such a gross card. Such a gross card. Gotta love it, though. Just gotta love it. Take the draw. Why in the world it just tapped both our black sources, I'll never know. I think it was actually 100% trolling us there. That's hilarious. The game is trolling us. Auto tapping of the mana sometimes, I do not understand. It should ask you first. Range, be like, hey, you got a couple different options for your mana here based on your next play. You should pay more attention. But it just like puts it right past you. Oh, do we win this match? No, they probably wipe us. And they're just digging for it. Right, thinning their library. There's no way they don't have a field wipe. There's no way they don't have a field wipe. They don't have a field wipe. We just got our first win ever with poison counters against a Yorion deck, bringing us up to 50% like I wanted. Nice. That is a dream come true. Thank you guys so much. Going first, I actually don't mind this. It's risky on land, but I believe that we won't get screwed. It's going to be okay. All we need is 3 and 4, right? That's not too hard. We have a 36% chance to pick up the land, so I have faith. Yes. I will try to trade with it. Right? They do. The plot thickens. That bear's even having a good laugh about it. He's not sure what's going on. Oh, they're Gruul. And the ooze. I see. Alright, first poison counter goes out. First two, I should say. How can we copy these Fangbearers and take them? Oh, we mutate onto them. Oh! I've done it. I know what we're doing with the deck. You have to mutate onto the Fangbearer. Problem solved. I can make this deck better. We take Gemrazor, right? It's in colors. It mutates onto the Fangbearer, and then you can play another Fangbearer, mutate onto that. Oh my gosh, okay. I've seen the truth. The deck is still working here, but I have seen the truth. All right. I was going to try to pronounce that name, but Ni Hao Dai Lan. I guess. I don't know. That's my best guess. Let's see how we make out here in the match. Or we are live on YouTube. Welcome to the premiere, everybody. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, your families, your MTG playgroups. Support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, our Amazon link, and our Great Viking Games link. All links can be found in the description below. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. Let's attack. End our turn. And, of course, your support is truly valued. Thank you all so much. This is a deck I've been wanting to do for a long time, I'll be honest. But I haven't, because it's bad. But we're in Platinum, so we should be having fun. You know, I've been trying to really focus in on that aspect of the game. It's just like, you know what? Have fun. The ranked is always going to be there, right? And what good is the game if you just burn yourself out from it, right? So I'm just looking to have fun this month, right? Maybe for the last month of every set, we really go, you know, supernova on people. But for the majority of my, you know, career, I'm not a competitive player yet. You know, I am a content creator. That's how I started. That's how I've gained all my experience so far. And, you know, I'm really looking to stay true to that, you know, for right now at least. And that's just making new decks every day, exploring the game, still learning, you know, all these new things. I'm by no means a pro that knows everything. You know, misplays my middle name. So we're just looking to have fun. Ooh. Ah! That's not any fun. So I guess we just go for it, right? We take the draw, they're tapped. And we can binding any real threat. This is so sad. You know, it just feels like we'll probably lose it next turn anyways. Hardcasting a Mammoth, not the worst. You know, binding on any real threat, also not the worst. The Torbrand would be ultra annoying. They could have a buff here. It could be a Boulder Rush. They just kill the Innkeeper. Whatever. It's not like I have any other adventure in my hand anyways. And we do need to deal with them. If they had anything instant speed, I'd be pretty sad though. Let's get the Mammoth in the way. It's a good blocker against mono red. It can take out the Haven. Worst case, right? And then I think we just pray that there isn't anything here. Any instant speed and we're kind of screwed. There wasn't. Oh my gosh. That's good. I like that. So we're protected from this damage. It just says go to our choppers there. How do you hit a face like that? How dare you? Don't they know how pretty HGG is? Right? Alright, so Faceless Haven is attacking but dead. Big Goldspan Dragon. Which is probably what we should save our binding for, right? That's the biggest threat they have that I'm worried about. Lots of options available to them. That's fine. We'll let them take their time. Trying to be more patient. You know, it's a struggle every single day. It is a struggle, but I really need to make a comfortable environment. It is the dragon. Down. All right, so that's fine because we actually don't have to target it with the binding, so they don't get that treasure. Very, very cool stuff. We get to take out that dragon, you know, without getting punished too hard. Push up our mammoth. And we're hitting for 11. As long as they don't burn the 1/1. No, we're good. That's a big hit, down to 4. Alright. The Blightfang goes out. Then everybody gains Death Touch. So that should be enough as well. Depending. Did they Ugin us? Okay, 4 brand. I was wondering if it might have been the Iron Crag Feet. Landfall's great. Blightfang is in play, which activates on the Binding's next turn. Binding is everything Death Touch. The Blightfang would combo on that. Unfortunately, we don't have the Fangbearer in play, but we'll get there. I have faith. Our opponent is on the play. Our hand looks like absolute trash. The Blightfang's nice. You know, we all know how this land story solves itself. So before we make any adjustments to the deck, let's try one more time. Because I think that it is very close. I'm going to, if we need, drop a rider for a land. See, now this time there's no issue. What a life. We have no adventure for the draw, so let's just focus on Death Touch. Well, that blade is ultra annoying. Mono white. Living that mono white life. Let's just get in the air, right? The more creatures we can get, and then we'll drop Binding. They'll all get Death Touch, and we'll have a good laugh. No attacks, leave it there. We have Blightfang. Blizzard Brawl is an option soon as well. Luminarch Aspirant makes me want to throw up. No blocks. Bunch of damage. Bunch. All right. Play your savior. Be a funny guy. Come on, bro. So are we racing? That's my question here. Probably. And then we hope the life gain saves us. And we have 2 removals. The Indestructible can frig off Randy, but we'll be okay. Gain 1 life. Deal 1 damage. Luminarch might have Indestructible with a spell in hand, but I doubt it. And we hit for 3. Okay. We're keeping pace. That Aspirant is super annoying. We're just going to fight it. Right, we have both removals open next turn. Any life gains are priority. Okay, the blade is stupid. Ooh, Vigilance. Okay. That actually hurts a lot. How do we survive this? So we tap it here. Again, I'm just prolonging this game a few turns for theory's sake, I should say. Pretty sure we're still dead. They just discard. It's easy. We gain 2 life. We do 2 extra damage. We hit for 5. It's not enough. We get close. All right, potentially hitting for 7, but they're still at 9. Where's this extra damage going to come from? We're getting them down to 2 again? All right, let's crush this blade sideways. They easily just discard. And now that Legion Angel's in our way. Plus, it replaces itself, so they're always going to have cards in hand. A very well-played match by our opponent. And, you know, top-tier deck. Top, tier 4 deck here. Just having fun today. That's our game plan. Seeing if we can get any wins. Which I think we did already, didn't we? This one's looking a little tougher, but getting close. That was 7. Removal off the top? No. This can't block, so it may as well swing in. We go up to 9. They're down to 7. They have lethal next turn. Right? They just hit us in the air, we die. Good game. That is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Very close, though. We get very, very close. And you see how we held on just by keeping that blade tapped? We'll get another win. It's okay. We got this. We go first. 2 mammoths. 2 henges, 1 mammoth. Ugh. Keep 7. I'll try. I'll do my best. If we pull a land, sure, we can mammoth into the henge. If not, we have to mammoth right away. Which is sad, but what are you gonna do, right? Just our best every day. To get this out of the way there. So that actually does make it a possibility, oddly enough. Mono white is going to be aggressive, right? I don't want to play against mono white at all. Oh, it's Bant. Never mind. Bant enchantments. Cool. Cool. Mammoth is out. Please, can we have a land? Also, don't touch our Mammoth. Leave it alone. Wolf. We've got a multicolor enchantment deck here. No attacks. No freaking land. Let's kill a champion. You know, draw engines. Can go. Let's take a hit as well. I wish we had a land. That would have been way cooler. We could have played the Henge, then done our Blizzard Brawl. But no. HGG never pulls his fourth land. It's a blessing and a curse, right? On turn 4, curse. Turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, absolute blessing. So it's a little awkward, but it's honest work. Oof. I'm getting a little upset here. Death Touch might be alright. I mean, Alcet's got protection, which will just save it. Which is super awkward, but meh. Meh. Four cards in hand. Oh, they start their draw engine up. So this is the rune deck. What I call the 0 IQ required. Just like roll your face on your keyboard. Kill your opponent. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Nice, bro. Or lady, bro. Of course, you know, I mean it in both aspects. Draw. Sure. So even if we drew a land, I don't know if I would want to Henge or Rider at this point. I guess it depends on what kind of land we drew. I don't even get to ask myself that question yet. Are you kidding me? Come on. Just play your games out. Play your games out. Don't concede and run away. Try to have some resolve. Not only in the game, but in life. Right? Can't just bail when things look bad. Because quite often, it's darkest before the dawn. It's looking pretty dark. Let me tell you what, it's looking pretty dark out here tonight. Today, within the lava pit of Ikoria, right? It's too bad you couldn't battle Pokemon in Ikoria. I guess that's kind of what we're doing. It just seems like I need 3D models to match the stage. How cool would that be? Should we just leave? Because I feel like we're doing nothing. I know I just said have some resolve, but like, what are we gonna do this whole time? Just let them cast runes for free? 0 IQ, you guys. That's what I'm saying. This deck is just like absolute garbage. All right. First thing, big news. Adventure version, not bad, right? We had positive win rate, 60%. That's not bad. I like it. I think we can make it a bit better. Fable Passage can go in here. That will make the Kazandu Mammoth a little bit more powerful, reducing the cost of the Henge even more. Sure. Fangbearer up to 4. Blightfang up to 4. Murderous Rider down to 3. Order of Midnight down to 3. Sure. Absolutely perfect. That's how I would run this deck, leaving the video. Of course, I'll leave this list in the description below. But if you watch to the end, that's the bonus information you get, right? You get to make that list a little bit better than everybody else's list. Everyone who's just copying the list and running, they don't get the upgrades that you guys got, right? So that's, a little bit of sentiment to continue watching my videos until the end. With that out of the way, we move into the version 2.0. Of course, I've not made this yet. It's just an idea and we will be using the Mutate base on top of the Death Touch tribal that we've got going on here, right? So first was the adventure in this video. We're gonna do the Mutate version in an upcoming video. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, your families, your MTG playgroups, your general chats, your local game stores, all of that jazz. If you're a Bitcoin baller, support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, buy your daily goods through our Amazon link. We get 3% here, and your MTGA arena codes through Great Viking Games, we get 15% here. You can also download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free if you're on Windows. Looks like this: metagame analysis, deck statistics, a draft helper, collection information, you know, even videos and breakdowns by creators just like myself, all in one easy, convenient location for you guys. So check that out. All the links are in the description below. You can easily Google Hello Good Game Linktree to find them all as well. Thanks for your time and attention. I truly appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you soon in the next video.